Hey guys, Atomic Jake here, and welcome back to another review. Here we got probably the coolest thing I reviewed on the channel, which is a beautiful helmet of the Desert Rangers. Now this isn't an NCR helmet, a lot of people have that confused. The armor that is used by the Veteran Rangers weren't designed by them. The NCR veterans, they use an armor that's actually pre-war. And this is actually a pre-war version that was used by a soldier. And there's some really cool details on it. But there's a lot of detail that actually has been taken off. And this isn't actually the first time that Bethesda made one of these helmets. You can actually see, I think quite a few years ago, they made one exactly like this. And to be honest, it had a bit more detail. But it overall looks pretty much the exact same as the last one. Now, some of the things you'll know is that it says, "Forgive me, Mama." And this is actually unique for each helmet. They actually just kind of draw it on or paint it on. So each one is kind of different, which is, I guess, quality control. It looks fine on mine, but maybe you might get a bad one. I don't know. Some of the details that have been taken off, however, is what's on the back. As you can see on the back, it's completely blank. And right here, it should show some dates and some names of some battles that has happened in the Fallout universe. And for some reason, they just completely ignored that, which is kind of annoying because that's kind of a cool part of this helmet in Fallout New Vegas. Now, some of the cool things about it, though, is overall, it does light up. One of the flaws, though, is that this is supposed to be a flashlight, and just like the other one, it does not light up, which is to be expected. But to be honest, I think that would be kind of cool to add like a light here, because I feel like it's possible. They could definitely do something, but I don't know. Maybe that would affect the wiring of the helmet, or maybe you could just make this a separate thing. I don't know. Another flaw with this helmet is that it's battery powered. It seems like lately Bethesda and a lot of companies have been transitioning from batteries to chargeable things, which is far better. Charging is so much better. I have a Pip-Boy, and you can just charge it. Not like the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy that is battery operated. It's just super... It sucks because if you forget the batteries in here, it could ruin the product, right? Where charging, you don't have to worry about that. But overall, it's fine. It is what it is. Overall, the design's pretty accurate to what it's supposed to. There could be a little bit of extra detail, but overall, I think I'm overall fine with it. You can change the size from the inside. You can see there's a whole bunch of wiring, and there's a strap here, which is really great to make it easier to wear. And you can adjust the size of it with this here. You can make it bigger or smaller, which is really great, so that if you have a weird shaped head, you have a small shaped head or a large one, it could pretty much fit everyone. Sorry, my dog's walking in the background. You might hear her. What are you doing? Overall, it's pretty cool. Here, though, you just take the screw out and you put AAA batteries in it. And then when you turn it on, it's pretty cool. So when you put it on, it does muffle your voice. I'm just going to put it on in a second. Sorry about my hair. Looks bad, I know. But when you put it on, put the strap under, overall, it looks pretty good. I will say it looks a little bit big. Like, as you can see, like, this isn't what it's supposed to look like in game. I think it looks a little bit too big in terms of portion of the body. So, I mean, but to be honest, all helmets are kind of like that, whether you buy from like the Black Series with Star Wars. They all kind of look a little bit too big. But I don't know. I think that could be a good or a bad thing. It depends on who you are. Overall, though, the lights do affect your vision a little bit, especially in like dark areas, which is kind of the whole point of the lights, is that you see in the dark. But like, it's night vision, right, in the games. But like, they can't add like that kind of advanced night vision, because I don't even think we have that. So obviously it's just simple lights. So when you're in dark areas, it's a little bit harder to see, but that's fine. But in daytime, it's fine. And overall, it does not block any vision whatsoever. It actually looks pretty good. I will say, when you're walking around, like, I can see just fine. So if you're worried about a lot of helmets, you can't see anything, you will not have this issue with this helmet, I'm telling you right now. So overall, that's a pretty good thing in my opinion. This helmet is 100% worth it in my opinion. Another thing is it comes with a stand, and this is almost exactly the same as the last one. I will say it kind of sucks though. So it comes in multiple pieces. You got this pipe piece right here, and you put it within this here, if I can. There we go. And then you're supposed to put this on top, and then I think there is a little clip that goes with it. I don't think I've opened it. Hold on. There we go. It comes with this little clip. You're supposed to, I think you're supposed to put it this way. I don't know, something like that. Overall, there's this little clip. I think it's to make it easier to fit on the helmet. If I can see here. Yeah. Overall, though, it doesn't fit too well. I think this piece is meant to go into this part here, you see, and then you're just supposed to put it on. Without that part, though, it just kind of sits there, like it just, like it, I mean, it's fine. I mean, I think that's, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I think it's still pretty cool, though. I will say, obviously, this isn't a NCR helmet. If I can take it off is a little bit hard. It's not NCR helmet, which means that it doesn't have like this really cool NCR plaque like the last one did. It's just an Army star thing, which is fine, I guess. Which there's a little bit more. You also get a really cool pin. This is probably my favorite pin I got from like the Fallout franchise, because there's so many pins they give you. This one's pretty cool. I generally like it, and it is metal. Like, I think it's die cast, but I'm not sure. It could just be simple metal, but it does kind of feel like die cast, and it's kind of got a weight to it. It's pretty cool, though. You also have, if I can move this out of the way, you also have a really cool, you also got a manual, of course, just in case. Should have everything to show you. Oh, okay, so see, it shows the instructions on how to do that. So, yeah, it's just to make it so the helmet fits on better. So I'll have to put that on. And it comes in probably the coolest box ever. And you got the Army Star, obviously Desert Ranger. Shows the helmet here. It also shows multiple sides of the helmet on the other side. Overall, it's pretty cool, I will say. Again, some flaws in terms of lack of detail. Like I said, the back of the helmet doesn't, and that might affect your score on like whether you're gonna buy it or not. And it also has some like artificial dents, which is kind of fun. Overall, detail is great. I will say this part probably looks by far the worst. Like this by far, there's very little detail going on with the light and everything, so it doesn't look as good. The last one they did, they made it all like gunmetal gray or just gray, and it just looks so much better than this one. But I get it, this is a Desert Ranger, so it's camo, I guess you can say. Overall though, it's a pretty cool helmet. Looks a bit big, little bit lack of detailing, but overall a pretty good helmet. It does smell weird at first. Hopefully it's not the same problem with the T-51 helmet they had with Fallout 76. Hopefully there's no asbestos or something. But this is meant to be like you're meant to wear it, so I hope not. But the smell's kind of gone away. I think it's just because it's new, never been worn, you know, factory new, right? Overall though, is the helmet good? Is it worth the price? Well, I bought this, I pre-ordered it for about $180, which is a lot of money. But honestly, with the quality that you get here, it's pretty good. I don't mind it, and honestly, this makes me want to go out and finish the costume. But one of the things though is, I've checked a lot of these helmets on other like companies that make helmets, And these type of helmets, like the Desert Ranger or just NCR Ranger helmet, go for about $360. Obviously, there's more detail to them, but to be honest, this is a very good price, $180 compared to like $360 of what most companies are selling it at. So personally, this is worth the price, $180, and that's roughly around the same price that the Black Series Star Wars helmets go for too. Sometimes even more expensive. I've gotten a couple Black Series helmets, and those go for about $200, $210. So overall, I'm very happy with the price. It's not too bad. Obviously, you have to pay for shipping, but overall, it's not too bad. And I love buying by Bethesda. Sorry, because I don't have to pay any border crossing fee because I live in Canada, and I don't have to worry about that. I never have that problem. So overall, if you live in Canada, you do not have to worry about buying from Bethesda. You'll never have that issue. Overall, I'd say it's a pretty good helmet, and the quality, it's hard, it's not some crappy fragile thing. Overall, obviously you don't want to fall in it, like just full force fall into like the cement pavement or something like that, but overall it's pretty good quality. Honestly, if I had to rate this, I would have to say probably a 7 out of 10. Like I said, there could be extra detail from the back, and not only that, I think what have made this perfect is if it was chargeable and not battery powered. And battery powered is just out of date. No one uses batteries for like just a lot of things. We're transitioning to charging, which is far better in my opinion. So overall, there's some flaws to this, but overall, it's a pretty good helmet. I will say, I love it. So yeah, thank you. And if you want to see more reviews, just like and subscribe, and I will post more. See you later.